have no choice in it. It's going to have to happen this way. So we are live, I think. Yes, we are live. So welcome to Living Beyond the Change. So this is a virtual event that I decided to do around 10 days ago. No, 15 to 20 days ago now, I guess. I had already decided that something needed to be done around how we were going to get out of this situation that we were in. And it was like, you know, what can you do as an individual? And I realized that no one was coming to save us at some point. I did reach out to a few people and say, look, do you think we could do this? Should we do something together? And I got like, I'm busy. And I realized a lot of people were running around trying to kind of find solutions. And it was around the 4th of April that I went to bed that night and myself, there has to be something I can do with this. There has to be some solution, something I can think about that we could put in place to support people while they're in this situation, and also how we get out of it. Because, you know, the reality is a lot of people were treating this initially like it was a Christmas holiday. They were filling the fridge up, and people are still eating their way through the contents of the fridge and buying lots and lots of food. So that's how it was born. And I woke up one morning with this idea of living beyond the change. That was just in my head. It was like, wow, that's a good title. And I literally got out of bed and I started scrawling notes. And that's how I came up with the concept. So we have 3 days. And you would have seen the video probably on the actual summit site. But basically, today is all going to be about mindset and money. So that's what it's all going to be about. And at the end of the day, money is just the thing, and how we respond to it is what gives most of the issues that we have around money. And you're going to hear a variety of speakers today that will probably tell you very similar things multiple times. But the whole idea about it is that you listen to this and you pick up what works for you, what you can take from it. So that's how I got the idea. So how are you going to get the best out of this event? Well, you know, the event is free to attend. So, you know, you can book in at any of the events to attend them. To get the best out of it, I would really urge you to take notes and to consider how you're going to put that material, that subject into action. How are you going to take it forward? Because at the end of the day, we can listen to anything. And unless we're going to take action over it, then nothing really changes. And that's the only danger there is in all of this stuff, is that we don't change. We stick with where we are. But we haven't got a choice anymore, because the world has changed. The world we're going to go back to, whenever we get back to it, won't be the same world that we left. And we will be different people. But we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to do it differently. We have an opportunity to come up with a different approach. So look, what is it we're going to be discovering today? So there are, I haven't counted them. So there are I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 speakers today. And they will all bring their different take on the ideas of money. Hopefully this sound isn't too bad. I really hope it works out okay with this rain over my head. Not much I can do about it other than move, but I'm live now, so I can't do anything about that. I'm going to have to stay with it. Our first speaker this morning is Gemma Bowden, and she's an intuitive. She's an intuitive coach. She does mindset transformation, and she's gonna. She had a bit of a journey. I understand she had an illness which basically took her out of her life as such, and she recovered from that illness using various techniques, which I'll probably allude to the point where she was able to do what she does now. And Gemma Bowden is a very well-known coach, and she has a large following. So it's fantastic that she came here and gave some time to us this morning. And it's a lovely talk. It's definitely worth the time. So the other aspect of all of this is that we're all going to probably have to start having some difficult conversations around money. I know I am. I haven't got anywhere near the money coming in that I need to meet all my outgoings. That's just the way it is. And I'm having to have conversations with people to say how I'm going to pay that. Now I'm putting plans in place to change that. I know it won't last forever, and there will be a point where I will be able to pay those people. At the same token, I'm having conversations with people that owe me money, because we live on a carousel where money goes round, you know, and so I've got to have those conversations with people, and we're gonna have to start getting a lot more comfortable having this type of conversation and seeing it for what it is. You know, money is an exchange of energy, and that's what it is. And we're going to have to deal with how we feel about that exchange of energy and put things in place for it. So, Vicky Ostrowski, I've got her name wrong now. Vicky Ostrowski is. She's going to be talking about the reality of money. Now, Vicky had a journey herself in a situation where she lost everything, and she has come back from that position. She had to have a lot of those difficult conversations. Now, she is working in accountancy. She was working in accountancy for 20 odd years, and she discovered throughout the 20 years that the amount of money people had invariably had no relationship to anything else other than what they thought about it. It was always more about what they thought about it was the issue that kind of changed. And when they worked on that, their money situation got better. So that's a good talk to go to. She's lovely. It's a nice talk. The next one, Jane Duncan Rogers, and that is freeing your family from money muddles, or basically sorting out your stuff before you die. Now, I know that's a difficult concept to accept, you know, that we're not immortal, but I can assure you we're not going to get out of this world alive. And it is the question about how that happens for you. And Jane is a life and death coach with Before I Go Solutions. It's her company. She created the concept. And she has an 8-point plan which helps people put all the things in place necessary to effectively leave the world without actually causing their family difficulties. And the difficulties that money can cause in families when it's not resolved before you die is really pretty devastating. All sorts of things. So Jane will go through some of the money models that she's discovered over the years that she's been doing this, and you know, hopefully giving you an idea to sort of like just take it seriously and to put something in place about it, because I know we don't want to die, but we're going to, and it's necessary to support those people around you with the right things in place, so that first of all they know what you want, which is a good thing, but also they're taken care of as well. So that's a good talk to get to. Okay, so the most popular talk on the day, I think, the most popular talk on the whole event at the moment, I think, is Joe Howarth, Choosing Happiness. Now, hey, we all want to be happy. You know, that's why the world goes round. That's why so many things happen in the world, because we want to be happy. And it's you know, the pursuit of happiness. It's even in the American Constitution. But I mean, you know, it's something that we all desire. Well, listen to Joe, because it's already there. You just got to discover it. And that's what her talk will be about. It's about discovering your happiness and discovering how you can keep your happiness. It's good. It's good. It's going to be a good day. So I got coming up at around 4:15, I think it is. Joe was at 3 o'clock. At 4:15, I've got Fidel Buhill. Now he's going to be talking with Claire Russell, I believe. He and Claire work together with the modern man and the modern woman. And their conversation came about because I realized that, well, that talk came about because I realized that men and women deal with this situation very differently. The male approach to things tends to be put the shoulder to the wheel, push harder, sort the problem now. And the very nature of what we've been told to do is actually don't sort the problem, is step back. And I think that's a very difficult thing for men to do. So, I mean, Fidel is going to having a conversation with Claire around this male and female energy and what they've noticed in their groups, and around, because you see, it's about relationships. Men and women will handle this very differently, and particularly with a whole family piled in together. You've probably noticed it's not as it's different. I mean, if you're not used to being together for this length of time, it's going to be different. So that talk will be worth catching. That's at 4:15. At 5:30, I believe, is Laura Weldon. Now, she is talking about money on purpose. And this is about alignment with purpose and money. I have to say I haven't read enough of that talk to tell you much more about it. I know Laura is very good on her subject, and I think it will be certainly well worth watching. We will end our day with Harvey Moore. Now, Harvey is with creating an intentional, an abundance mentality. Now, Harvey is a international speaker. Certainly, she's from South Africa, and she speaks regularly around the country on issues of leadership and diversity. And I mean, Harvey is an amazing woman herself in terms of that she is a woman of color who grew up in South Africa and in a time of apartheid, and is a very successful woman. So she embodies and lives the truth that she says. It's a good hour conversation with Harvey. She really has gone into some extreme detail in terms of what we all need to be doing in terms of moving ourselves forward. So that's certainly worth a look. I need to find some water because I have been talking for a while. Well, that feels better. How am I doing? So I have been talking for 12 minutes, which is quite a long time for me to talk. I don't often talk for a long period of time like this, unless I'm talking about marketing, but that's something else. So that will be the day. And then at the end of that will be on, Arthur is coming on about 7:30. And she will then fit about an hour, just over the hour. And as soon as Arthur's finished, I will be in the Facebook group. So we have set up a Facebook group called Living Beyond the Change. Surprise, surprise. And that group there will be for questions and answers and lives. So this probably should have gone live in then. I think I went live on my profile instead, which is probably a better thing anyway, but there we are. I will share it to my group afterwards. So the group is there for you to use to put questions in, and there will be some lives there. I'm hoping to get some of the speakers in live onto the group just to have a chat basically and just explore it a little bit more. It's also there for networking and just generally there to explore this subject ourselves. If you want to start any conversations there, please do. It's has every opportunity. It will be whatever we want to make it, put it that way. It was a thought when I realized that this platform doesn't have any way of communicating with each other or any way of doing a Q&A. I realized I need to put something together. So the Facebook group seemed the most logical thing to do because most people have access to a Facebook page. Not everybody likes Facebook, of course, but that's the best platform I can find in the notice that I've got in order to put that together. So that's where that will be. And I have been talking for 43 minutes, 15 minutes thereabouts. I do hate the way that my I have a digital camera here. This is my phone camera, and I have a camera here for the broadcast. And the color of that broadcast is terrible. It's kind of like very pink, and the color of this one is much better. And it's really frustrating. I'm looking at my pink face here, but I guess to do with the lighting in here upsetting the camera. Techie stuff. So, okay, what else is there to say? Look, make the most out of this day. All the speakers have given their time freely for this event, and it's very brave of someone to do this, because, you know, I mean, like, there are only three guys. You'd be four guys on this thing, and there are four guys on this event, and three of us are follically challenged. So lockdown hair is not an issue, but most of the ladies, lockdown hair is a big deal. So it's quite interesting to see how everybody works out. And I would say, I will prove one thing: we are in a Zoom world, aren't we? And Zoom world means under your top half of your body. But no, I put trousers on today. Look, you can see them. I did put trousers on today. There you go. So this is real. I made the effort by putting trousers on. So, okay, I think that's probably enough that I need to go on with. I plan to allocate 30 minutes to this, but I don't think I need to say any more really, other than enjoy the process. Let me know if you have any issues on the group, or you can probably use the contact form on the website. It will all come back to me. But, you know, if you have any issues, please get in touch. If there are technical issues with the service, I will have to put support tickets in, because I don't know the answers to those things, but we'll see what we can do. There's always a way. There's a way, always a way of sorting stuff out. Right, I am going to end this early, because I don't see any point in prattling if I have nothing useful to say. Pen and paper. Gemma is on in 15 minutes, enough time to get a cup of tea and go and watch Gemma. So all the best. Thank you for being here, and I will speak to you again. Let's end the broadcast.